for 2 days and close your eyes and say, we were just in Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman, or whatever. It looks just like those places. And you don't have to travel to achieve that. We love traveling. I mean, just seeing new places. So you kind of put that in your mental database of what places, cultures are, and what it's like. So if you read a book, or when you read a book, you could visualize it better because you physically have been there. But the expense that it takes to travel.
Would you readjust your mic? You hit it with your hand.
I saw that I hit it. Yeah. You missed nothing.
Move it back.
Great.
Technically.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Is that better?
That's better.
Eighth of an inch up now. What do you want?
Yeah.
So
an eighth of an inch can make all the difference.
Yeah. So anyway, traveling, Vero Beach.
Yes.
How I love it.
Yes. I love to travel by car. You see.
Yeah.
But you don't like to travel. You don't go away hardly at all.
I know, of course not. I
Here
work.
you own this big corporation, and you don't travel. You know what I think it happens?
I believe in working.
You're full of donkey dust.
I believe in working.
Here's the thing. I've noticed this with my extremely successful friends. Well, no, I know one guy. He's a billionaire. He does travel a lot, but he came here with like $2,000 in his pocket, so maybe he appreciates it more. There's a lady coming to the front door. Would you get it, please? So the thing is, what happens is I got another friend like you, and he's up at JI. It's a private jet, everything. Mm-hmm. You know what? He stays here all summer. I said, the heat, though. Oh, I love the heat. We love the heat. Keeps the windows open and the fans going.
Yeah.
Do you love the heat, too?
Yep.
You do?
I do.
So this theory that I have about being fat and not liking the heat because I'm fat is not it.
I don't. No, wait.
Because you're fat, just like Rhett's fat.
I'm fat.
Yep, we're fat.
The first most important thing with that is recognizing that you're fat, admitting that you're fat.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's hard to say. The first time we've ever said that on radio, right?
Oh,
I'm fat, you're fat.
I've said it. I've said it before.
Sounds like a new diet. I've
said
fat.
I said it when I usually host. I say that I'm fat. But hey, this is your fat host, Joe Semprevivo. Welcome to the Rhett Palmer Show. Anyway, when you
Stumped the Joseph.
I can't believe it.
Yep. This is what happens.
I teach class for 8 hours, and I never forget what I'm going to say. 8 hours of constant teaching.
That's right.
I'm on here for 2, and I
right.
forget half of what I'm saying.
I've had Secretary of State James Baker on here. I've had Secretary of State Colin Powell.
This
I've
is
had
about
President
heat.
Ford. I've had President
And you
Carter.
made every one of them forget what they were thinking.
Yeah.
So, about the heat. I don't enjoy hot weather outside. I don't enjoy that.
Wow.
But I love it when it's hot and I'm inside in the ice cold air.
Yeah.
And I'm looking outside and I'm getting to see, it's nice and it's pretty. I like the hot, and here's why. When it's hot outside, all the grass, the trees, everything's growing. And like, for example, this morning I got up and I was walking by our glass sliding doors this morning, and I just turned around and said, I'm going to stop and I'm just going to look outside. And you had the fog rising from the ground, from the moisture
Behind
in the middle
you, is there water?
There is water, but then there's also hundreds of acres of open land. So I'm looking back there and I'm seeing this fog slightly above the ground, and it was very much like a Thomas Kincaid portrait. It was so beautiful. And I literally stayed there with my 2 daughters, one on each side of me, little Josephina, little Palma, was looking out. And they said, my little girl said, look how pretty that is, Daddy. And we stood there for probably 10 minutes, and all I did was look at it.
Let me ask you this. Now, speaking of Mr. Kincaid, he died.
Yeah. I met him a couple of times.
You did?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was selling his paintings. He's making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Had no idea. Like in the Bible it says.
Yeah.
The guy says, I'm going to build more barns and store up all my stuff. And God says, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. What will you give in exchange for it? Mm-hmm. And so all that stuff. Can you imagine? Okay, so Joseph Semprevivo dies in the next 24 hours.
Sorry, kids, for listening to the show.
What would you wish you had done? I know your family's taken care of. I'm sure you're taking care of your kids,
Nothing.
your wife. Do you wish you'd given to some organization or help starving kids out in Indonesia? Or...
I've done all that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't like to talk about that I've done. And,
okay, so you're pretty satisfied with what you've done?
Yeah.
Okay, no regrets?
No, I have zero regrets.
I've had a
Had a
few,
few, yep.
but then again, too few to mention.
Yep. My kids listen to that song my way. No, I think my dad and I often talk about stuff like this. We, in life, you don't have the opportunity to regret. You only have the opportunity of looking forward. Because if you regret, it really means that your focus is misplaced. You're focusing on your past.
I miss
You should
Larry.
only be focusing.
I miss Larry.
I
you
do
know why
too.
I miss Larry?
My daddy's in pain.
He's
and
the quintessential optimist.
My dad, well, first of all, my dad is a complete realist. He's very optimistic, completely optimistic, but he's a realist. He's probably, out of all the people I've met in my lifetime, he is the most brilliant man I've ever met. Most brilliant, by far. He is talented in that he's creative, extremely creative, but also a business acumen that is unparalleled. I mean, all the master's degrees,
He's
two
got that
bachelor's
children's book that
degrees,
should be released. It's great.
2 bachelor's degrees, a master's degree, dealing with all the professors out there with work experience, without work experience, billionaires, financiers, all these people that I've met in my lifetime. I would say, unbiasedly, my dad is more brilliant than all of them.
You can't be unbiased.
I can be unbiased.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. I can with my
You're
daddy.
biased with that statement.
My happy pappy.
You're happy, Pappy.
Yeah.
But he is very bright.
You know what he adds to the equation? Hands-on. Hands-on experience in the business world, but hands-on experience, physical hands-on. Plumbing, air conditioning, electrical work. He's done all that in real life. He was a plumber. He was an electrician. He built buildings. He was a contractor in Philadelphia. Turned old warehouses, talk about regentrification, old warehouses that couldn't be built. My dad took them over and made them apartments. Back in the 1950s.
Okay, well, he did back then. It's not that old.
I know. My dad was young. My dad was
Okay, then how come he ended up in that
Latter
situation later on in life?
bankrupt.
Yeah.
Well, because he decided to leave Philadelphia and New Jersey area.
Okay, so you sell all those properties.
No, he was selling them at unit by unit by unit. So they would buy a building, they would convert the building, and then sell each building at a time. And he had partners as well. But
How come it seems that all these guys, though, they gain it, they lose it, they gain it? The father.
Well-
Your father, 50, was selling eggs door to door.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, and now he's driving a Rolls Royce again.
well,
How does he do that?
My dad got his money that he made back east, brought it out to New Mexico, retired. My dad was so darn bored that he got into the restaurant business. He met a guy, and my dad said, "Oh my gosh, let's do a restaurant business."
Well, why would he lose all his money in the restaurant?
Well, he had a manager that ultimately embezzled from him. And this is the problem in the restaurant business or any business. I mean, you completely entrust people.
This is all in your book, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And the title of the book is
Madness, Miracles, Millions.
Madness, Miracles, Millions.
#1 bestseller and winner of 12 national and international awards. Yeah.
That's good.
But, it's just kind of one of those things. It's just, my publisher, by the way, went bankrupt. And the CEO and president got arrested.
Why?
Well, I had I contacted the CEO
Oh, they weren't
because
paying you your residuals?
yeah, and I contacted the CEO and I talked to him and I said, "Look, I know that you can't be guiding your employees not to do this stuff, not to pay and to fabricate reports."
Wow.
And I said, "So I know you're going to make it good." And but anyway, he had hundreds of complaints against them.
Uh-oh.
But it was one of those fake Christian groups. Oh, we're Christian, but they really weren't. They were hiding behind the Christianity and the Christian name. And they ultimately burned all those writers that went to them. And, it's just kind of an unfortunate thing. But anyway, in life you get handed bad things. And if you're an optimist, you can get through it. But if you're a realist, you can get through it even better. Because, my dad being a realist, he can analyze both sides of it. Here's the positives and here's the negatives. This is now how I need to respond. And so it's kind of, I've always been very blessed to have my mom and my dad in my life.
Yeah.
Because, my mom taught me finances. And my dad taught me how to honestly make a dollar and how to have work ethic. and how to take the business work home with you. My dad never shut off. My mom and dad never shut off work. You can't. As a business owner, you cannot shut it off. And it's just kind of one of those things. You take it home, you talk about it at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and on the weekends when everybody else is smiling and have a good time. In your head, when you're going through hard times, you're thinking about how you're going to come up with the money to pay your electric bills. And that's what it's like. And as a business owner out there, it's a constant stress. But it's worth it.
Why?
You get to meet a lot of amazing people. It's gratifying because you see something build. I liken it to, if you don't own a business out there, it's a baby. It's a child. It starts off at an infancy stage, and it works its all the way up to this little adult breathing
But somebody else that
machine.
works for the government
Yeah.
comes in, they work from 9 to 5 every day.
Yep.
They put in their 25 years,
Yeah.
30 years, and then they collect the money. Like these firefighters from New York City,
Yep.
$200,000 a year in retirement
Right.
for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess there's also a trade-off because the question you have to ask yourself, and I don't have the facts behind this, but the question you really have to ask yourself is, what is their quality of life? When you serve as a fireman and as a law enforcement officer, you're going to have PTSD on both sides.
Lore told me that cops die on average, 58 years of age.
Suicide rate is high, divorce rate is high, alcoholism is
Probably
high.
because they see people at their worst.
Right.
Okay,
I mean,
you've got this great, noble judge. The one time you pull him over, he's been drinking. Or the one time you have to go to the house, if you have to arrest the judge.
Right.
You see him at his worst.
Right.
Or, the doctor schmo and schmo. And then one time you're called to his house for, domestic problems.
yeah. And so I
So
look
they
at...
must look at life bleak.
I think if you're dealing, I think it sucks the good people premise out of their mind because it's really hard when you're lied to every single day. I swear I'll never do it again. I was just talking to a police officer from Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
He owns a cigar shop here in town and smoking right there on Miracle Mile. So anyway, I was talking to him and I said, have you ever found a bad person that you gave a chance to? And did their life ever change? And what did they say to you? And Trevor said, oh yeah, I've done that. And nope, they end up in prison. They end up doing a worse crime. And it
Every
has...
time.
Yep. I said, have you ever had anybody saved? He said, no. They all go right back to it. They look at you in your eyes. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'll never do it again. You saved my life. And then next thing you know, it's
now
worse.
we know that's not the truth because we know that there are people who do get saved. In other words, that's not the only truth. That may be the majority of the truth, but I'm saying there are people
Yes.
who do change.
I do
but
agree.
I believe, and it's very difficult for weenies like me because we enable people.
Yeah.
And when you enable people, you don't
can't.
help them. They got to reach a bottom.
Bingo.
So what's the difference? So I go, oh, Joseph, I became homeless. Remember me? I used to have a radio show, and would you help me? And you help me, and then I go back out living in the trees again, okay? Or is there a difference if I come to you and go, I reached my bottom, I just want some help to get started again?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the mistake is don't give away money, give away advice.
Yeah, I don't... well, look, there's a lot of people
So
that...
you've never had anybody you've helped turn out good. They've always ended up messing up again.
I can't
I know
say
you've
that.
hired homeless people.
I don't like to talk. I just don't like to talk about that kind of stuff. I think it's important. I think it's important to do good and to give back
Well, I'm not
without
allowed,
publicizing it.
I'm not allowed to hire anybody from my own companies anymore. And you know the story.
You have a
I'm
heart
not
of
a good
gold,
judge
too.
of character.
No, it's not that. It's that you have a heart of gold and you let the...
I love people.
Yeah, and you love helping people. And people take advantage of that niceness. And the difference. I'm a very nice person, but it's very difficult to take my niceness for weakness because I'm not weak. So when someone tries to pull me along and to do this or do that, I have the I put my foot down like my dad taught me to.
Got to take a break.
As a female, when I need my auto repair,
Yeah, I mean,
trust to repair my vehicle.
there's definitely major mistakes I've made in my life and it was out of me being nice. Whereas if I would have been calloused, I would have been much better off.
Yeah.
I especially like their comfortable waiting area and free coffee. Don's Import Auto Service and Sales is an official Michelin dealer. Don's also offers a 24-month guarantee on their service and repairs. Don's Import Auto Service is on 43rd in Vero. Call 569-4714. Again, 569-4714.
You have the power to help us help others. Treasure Coast Community Health is a local health care provider for everyone. No one is turned down due to an inability to pay. Your generous support can help many in need. TCCHinc.org. Call 772-257-8224. TCCHinc.org is a not-for-profit 501c. Donations are accepted. 257-8224. 257-8224. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Mercedes-Benz of Fort Pierce. Recently went down to test drive and ended up purchasing 2 new vehicles. One the GLE, the other the E-Class. We both love them. Mark Humphrey was our salesperson. He is pleasant, informative, and great to deal with. So stop in there, tell him you heard about him on my show, would you? I had such a good experience, I decided to take them on as a sponsor. Mercedes-Benz of Fort Pierce. You're going to love your experience there. Mr. Danny House, president of East Coast Tax and Financial Planning, hosts the Financial
Oh,
Pulse
the show's on.
every Thursday, 10:30 a.m.
All right, I gotta go.
107.9
Yeah.
on 1370 on your AM dial.
Just hold on a second.
Financial Pulse, Thursdays, 10:30 a.m.
Cleanup time.
Okay, so now this has been pre-recorded. We'll still let that play.
Oh, sorry.
Dean Staff.
All right, I gotta go.
Hello, Dean. How are you?
Good, Rhett. Sorry for the delay. I got into multiple conversations because
All right. So,
my
are
aging parents are selling a house,
Oh.
downsizing, and
oh, all right.
whatever, you know, all the
Sure.
stuff because of
Does
that.
he need a
So
realtor?
I got wrapped into
Does he
those
need a
conversations.
realtor?
So,
Oh, do they need a realtor?
this is in the middle of the state.
In the middle of the state. It doesn't matter. I have my friend Joseph from Joseph's Cookies here. He's the president and CEO of Joseph's Light Cookies, and they produce 12 million cookies a day. He has his factory down in Mexico.
New Mexico.
New Mexico, excuse me. He's in the studio right now. Are you anywhere near here? Can you come over and meet him quickly?
It's going to be tough for me today. I have somebody fixing to arrive that I have to type out a contract for.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me turn the phone over to him. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Dean.
How are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
It's a real question.
Good. So you make cookies?
Yes, sir. Yep. I make sugar-free cookies called Joseph's Cookies. They're in Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Big Lots. And I also own a real estate brokerage firm as well.
Okay.
And
You know, they actually have gotten to the point where they have an offer that we're trying to decide whether or not to accept it. They had their realtor already put her good juju juice on it, saying it's a good deal. So I don't. As far as getting a realtor, they're not looking for one.
oh yeah, you don't need one then.
So,
Yeah.
but you're down in New Mexico. My son-in-law is actually part of the United Franchise Group down in West Palm.
Yeah.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
And he's actually in Africa right now and setting up a franchise over there for a business brokerage for the whole state of Africa. I mean, for the whole country of South Africa. He's setting up the master franchisee in South Africa right now to handle their franchises.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember if they.
Okay.
What's the name of that franchise?
Let's get this place cleaned up. Cleaned up, lady.
I'm trying.
On the double.
That's pretty cool that he's doing that. How long is he going to be down there for?
12 days total was his trip, so he should be back about another 7 or 8 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
4 days. He's doing his African safari, and he said that when he got there, the giraffes were actually walking around the street.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I've heard of your cookies, by the way,
Oh.
and I'm sure I've probably eaten some of them too.
Well, cool.
Very good.
Excellent. Well, if
How
you...
long have you been in the cookie business?
30 years.
Now that is an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty tough out there with that climate and, with all the regulation and stuff. So, but, yeah, I've been doing it for 30 years now. I've been doing real estate for 4, but I was doing it on the personal side prior to that for literally 25 years as well. So, I negotiated all of our, our deals in our family and for personal purchases. So, so I decided to get into the real estate business to provide the same type of service. I also am an adjunct professor. I teach real estate and finance and insurance at Indian River State College. So, yeah. But if you know anybody,
How many employees do you have over in your plant?
oh, not very many. 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly mechanized.
Pretty automated, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. Only because we never wanted to automate, but the state is a welfare state. 40% of the people that live there are on welfare in New Mexico, and we can't find people to save our lives. We apply. I mean, the benefits that we give and everything else, it just was worthless because nobody would apply. You're talking lifetime employment, paid
You want to go have some
vacation,
breakfast or no?
health insurance. Profit sharing
Follow
plan.
up on something.
We gave all of that,
Mr. Evans,
and
Dr.
no
I
no
called him. He
applicants.
doesn't return my call.
They instead make
I bet you
$52,000 a
Called
year to
Dr.
stay
Evans, he
home.
didn't call me back.
He's not well. He's waiting for a heart transplant.
Now that's
Where are you going to go? Tell me. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Excuse me.
Where are you going?
I'm going to see if I'll let my doctor.
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
call.
exactly.
I'm just want to get everything cleared up before I go up to Vermont. Okay. See you in the morning.
What's today's date? The 1st.
Today.
It's
When do you
complete
leave?
hogwash. You're absolutely
When do you
right.
leave
You're
next week?
absolutely right,
Monday and
Dean.
Tuesday.
I hope you can bring him in here. I hope he comes in on Monday.
He wants to be on
Yeah,
the beach.
exactly right.
He's coming
Exactly
on
right.
Sunday, and we're leaving Tuesday
Just so
morning.
silly, and
I'll see what
I
Oh,
just.
well, we'll screw it.
But
Forget it.
you know,
Let him
there
go. Let him
are a
go.
lot of socialists out there running up those,
We got
running
coupons
those
from
tech
Cajun
companies.
Oh, good. Where are they in the drawer?
Hey Dean, I gotta get going.
Right
I
at
know
you, Joe.
Rhett. I have his
Put 'em
phone,
in
and
your
Rhett
drawer.
needs to run. If you ever need anything, you give me a call, okay?
Hello, it's great talking with you.
Thank you. Pleasure, Dean. Bye bye. They already sold it. He already sold his parents' place. Land real
Oh,
estate.
read this.
Sure. No way. Sell you. You'll never have anything easier and better to sell. Ever. Ever, Rhett Palmer. Ever! See, your commodity is a valuable one. And you will always be successful if you choose to be.
I'll see you in July.
July, you're going to Vermont. A whole month. Give me a hug. Oh my God. You have a wonderful trip, sweetheart.
Yeah.
A wonderful, blessed trip.
Rhett and Barbara are coming up.
I'm sure he is.
They're going to be in Stowe.
Oh, twice, huh? I have to find this out from third parties. When is he? I may drive up there.
Really?
Yeah, I may just come see you.
Oh.
I may take all the kids, lug them. We'll terrorize Stowe. And how long of a drive is it from here? 19 hours? 22 hours?
It's probably about 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you get to the mountain, The village at the base of the mountain is extraordinary. Your kids would love the rides going on the
Do you
trail.
have some recommendations of where to stay? Like,
Well, my friend has a bed and breakfast.
yeah, but we would take over the whole place. We're talking 10 people.
10?
Well, I mean, the 6 kids, my wife and I. I mean, we could double up in certain bedrooms, but then my mom and my dad.
Do this. Go on your internet.
Yep.
Her name is Rosemary.
Oh, I won't forget that.
Go on the numbers 1860 house, and she rents the whole house.
Oh, she does.
So if I'm not there and Rhett and Barbara aren't there, she'll tell
Oh, well, you guys are going to be there while I'm there. I'm going when you guys are there.
Yeah, but I'll be staying at my son's.
Oh, okay. So let me figure this out. Okay. So what is the number?
It's 1860. I have the number, in fact.
The phone number? Are you saying? Oh no, you're saying go look at the address is 1860.
No, that's the name of the inn, the 1860 house. Let me give you her number, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we go now to. Oh, I hate this
Have you ever met Bernie Sanders?
one.
You have?
Yeah, I like him. Okay, phone. Let me go to contacts. Okay, and Rosemary. Okay, tell her that we're friends
Mm-hmm.
and that you heard that she rents for the, the whole building. Where's Rosemary? Okay, I should ask Siri. All right, I'm not very up on this. PQ. All right, Rosemary. All right, there's Rosemary. Yeah, 202 360 7210. And it's such a comfortable place. You would be comfortable with the children. It's right across the street from the library. It's near the recreation path that goes up the mountain road.
Okay.
You would love Stowe. So tell Rosemary Beverly sent you. And it's don't let it be a problem. I don't have to be at the house when you're there. I can be at my son's.
And is there a lot to do in Vermont?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, seriously? Okay, good.
It's such a beautiful state.
I was thinking about surprising my wife. I'm trying to get a van.
There's a lake in Waterbury, which is a town just before Stowe. You can rent kayaks, boats, everything.
Oh, great. Okay.
So your kids would have a ball.
Nice. Sounds good.
So maybe I'll see you.
Yes.
Got good news.
Yeah.
I'm open.
I just texted Garrett. He says go ahead and send the bill for the year.
Okay.
I'll see you, sweetheart.
What do you think of that? Yes. Thank you. So, I'll call you in a minute. Bye.